Hello there folks, and thanks for tuning into my channel once again. In the last few flies I've done a wet fly for you, and this time I'm going to switch it up and do a streamer fly. And it's a matuka style streamer that I come up with. And it's a pretty cool color combination. I think it's has good coloration if you're trying to match a minnow. Some of the minnows that you have in your waters are dark color like so. So I thought you might like to see this one tied up this time around. So I'll get him out of the vise, fresh hook in, and we'll get started here. I'm using a mustad size 6 streamer hook, 5 extra long. So we're going to lock that in the vise. Like so, and I'm using UTC 70 denier in black for the thread. So we'll start a couple eye lengths behind this time on this guy. And I should also mention, if you want to weight this guy, there's no problem weighting him. Just put your 10 to 12 wraps underneath here. I'm just not going to weight him this time for the video. I'm just going to tie him up for you. And we'll get a thread base going to the back here. Just about to the point, and we'll snip off our tag end. Alrighty, so we'll come back to about to the barb, like so, just in front of the barb. Now, for the wire on this guy, I'm using some medium-sized copper wire, which is going to hold our wing down once we get going here. So I have a piece here. I'm just going to tie this in. Go up the shank a ways here. Tie that in place. And making sure it's in there good and snug. We'll come down and back up once more. Alright, get that in the material clip out of my way. Alright, we'll come up to where we start our thread here. Okay, for the body, something a little bit different. It's some variegated chenille. It's black and it's like a ginger brown black mixed together. And if you don't have this variegated type of chenille, you could always take a piece of black and brown together and just twist it into a rope and wrap it. You get pretty much the same effect. That'll also work as well. So we'll take our chenille and tie this in right on top. And we'll wrap back to in front of our wire there, where we want to start the body. And forward once again. Okay. Now I'll take a little bit of head cement here and put a few drops along the shank there. Okay. Now, next step is I'll throw in a quick half hitch here, and we'll get that in place. And I'm going to use the rotary function to wrap the body. Okay. Just grab a hold of that there. Alrighty, so we're going to come up around and just start to wrap that forward. And as I make 3 or 4 wraps, I'll give it a little snug pull on it as I go, just to keep good tension on it. Just like so. Give a little pull. Okay, snug that in good. Alrighty, a couple more wraps and we're at our tie-off point, so I'll move that bottom crate out of the way. And we'll tie off our chenille body here. Tie that off. Alrighty, that's fine. Come in and snip it off close. Alright, we'll flip this guy back up around here. Now, a few more securing wraps. Get a little base there for our wing to let set on. Alright, and the wing is some dark badger hackles. I have 2 here, and put the concave sides together. And as you know, if you've seen matukas, which I'm sure you have, seen them tied, and you strip the bottom fibers off the hackle for the length of your body, just like so. So that sets right on top, flush on top of the body. So we'll catch those in right on top here with a pinch wrap. Secure them in, hold them in place. Okay, we'll leave those stems for now. Now, I'll come back, grab the tail section, and I'm just going to stroke these fibers so they split apart here, like so, for now. Alrighty, so now we're going to take our wire and we're we're going to come around, up underneath, up and over, and we're going to make our first wrap here to lock that down. Just like so, and that way it should be, just make sure you get it going down the center, just check it. You can adjust it if you have to. And now, what I'll do, each wrap, I'm just going to stroke the fibers back, drop my wrap of tinsel in, and we'll just go all the way up doing the same procedure. Move the hackles out of the way and drop your tinsel around. Same deal until you get up to the tie-off point here. One more wrap should do it here. Just get these fibers out of the way. Alrighty, so that looks fine right there. So I'll make a couple wraps with that wire, then tie it off. Come up around with 2 wraps. And I'm going to fold back on that. And also fold back on these hackle stems at the same time. And we'll wiggle that wire off first. And then I'll reach in and snip off the excess hackle stems there. Alrighty, so there's our wing. I got that all locked down with our tinsel, matuka style wing. Looks pretty good there. Okay, so our last step is to do our hackle collar, and we'll take another dark badger hackle here for the collar. We just want our fibers to be about the same length as the leading fibers at the front there. We want them to blend in. That looks good. So we'll tie this guy in right in front of the wing here. Concave side facing rearward. That way our hackles will stay sweep back the way we want them. We'll fold that little stem and lock it in. Snip him off there. Alrighty. So now we're ready to wrap that hackle. So I'll grab my hackle pliers here, folks. Come down around. And probably 3 or 4 turns is sufficient on these guys. Alrighty, so make the first turn right in front of our wing, like so. Okay, and we'll just sweep them back as we go here. Okay. And probably get one more turn in here. Then I'll come up around and tie them off. Alrighty, so catch that hackle tip in with a couple wraps. Couple in front of it. Release my pliers. Check that. Got pretty even coverage around both sides. Okay, it's looking pretty good so far. Okay, now I'm going to take my 2 fingers here and sweep everything back. And I'm going to start to form the head. Just make a few wraps. Rearward here towards the wing. Just like so. Then if I can, I'm going to reach in and grab that hackle tip from the hackle here. And I'll give that a little pull, just like so. Alrighty. So that looks pretty good right there. And that is a dark badger matuka streamer. And there's tons of different color variations, as you probably know, that you can tie these in. I just thought this one was a good color combo to imitate minnows and whatnot. So a couple more wraps back here on the head, and we'll just build a little head here, and don't need a whole lot of wraps. Okay, now I'll come in with my whip finisher, get a 4 or 5 turn whip finish on them here. Maybe a few more than that, actually 7 or 8, I guess. No harm, no foul. And then we'll just snug that down nice and tight. Cut off the excess thread. And there we have it, folks. Done deal. And you can just make sure your wing still looks good there in place where it should be. It's right down the middle. That looks fine. So there we have it. So one last step is some head cement on the head of this guy, or you can use UV resin, whichever you like to use. I'm just going to put a coat of head cement on him here for now and let that soak in there. Alright, there she be. Not a hard fly to tie. I guess you could say the trickiest part is working your ribs through the wing, but once you get that down, it's pretty basic. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video this time around. And if you have the materials, and tie some of these matukas up and give them a whirl. So, until next time everyone, I want to wish you happy tying, and also if you'd like to see more of my flies, just like I always say, just hit the good old subscribe button there and the bell icon, and you'll be notified when I put new flies up. So, and I want to thank you very much if you do subscribe. Appreciate that. So until next time, I'll see you all again soon. Happy tying, and so long for now, folks.